Good morning, everyone. Oh, I'm so glad to be with you this morning. I have been busy already this morning. It is almost 11 o'clock, and I haven't had breakfast, and neither has Spice. So, one of the things that we're going to do is get in here and get me my breakfast made and Spice's breakfast on the table. But first, I'm going to switch you around and show you what I've been up to. Yes, you see it. It's my kitchen counter, all right? I went to do my grocery haul for this month, and I told you that I was doing minimal grocery hauls. So I was out of very close to being out of coffee. So I needed coffee. So I got me both the regular and decaf coffee here. Then I had to have my creamer to go with it. They did not have Walmart brand creamer. This was the cheapest, and I got some cash back on it, manufacturer cash back. So I got a little bunny waiting in Walmart's little drawer there. So I have my half and half for the month. Yes, I use that much half and half. And so we're gonna get this in the refrigerator because I like to keep it in the refrigerator. I like to get it in the refrigerator as quick as possible. So that's what I'm going to do, except that my hands are full and I didn't plan on this, so give me a minute. Let me move things around just a little bit. Yeah, it'll fit right in there. All right. All four of them fit. There we go. And I'm going to make some room for the next item that's going into the refrigerator. I got my eggs as well. So this is done. I am going to open these up. Let me close that refrigerator real quick. All right, I am going to open these up and check them. So if I have busted eggs, then I can report it to Walmart. And most of the time they give me a refund. So I check it. Go in here and check the eggs. All right. All right, none are busted in this one. Awesome. So I'm gonna get the eggs in the refrigerator as well. But I'm gonna rotate older ones on top, newer ones on bottom. And let me check this. So far, so good. I like not having to report to Walmart. All right. So far don't see any in here as well. All right. Walmart did good this time with the eggs. So, I've got two 18 packs of eggs. And we'll see how long those last. It is really funny that during the winter months, I tend to use more eggs than I typically do, which is interesting. And then in here, I have my mail, which needs to go over there and out of the way. And they rolled all over my trunk. And so I have the onions, okay? And so I am going to put these onions in the bottom drawer of my refrigerator. And one day I'm going to get in here and I'm going to just chop them up and put them in a bag. And they'll be ready and prepped for when I need them. And that, my friends, is my grocery haul for the entire month. That's it. I'm not buying any more. Right, so today, one of the things that I'm going to do is answer a viewer's question. Last night on my premiere, one of the viewers asked me, are there other money-saving things that you do to help save money? And so one of the things that I do during winter months, right now my hands are ice cold, okay? And the reason is because it's only 58 degrees outside right now, but the wind is cutting really bad outside right now. And in a mobile home, it's empty space, like 3 or 4 feet empty space that has a skirting around it that has holes in it. So, the wind doesn't blow off the skirting. And so there's always airflow up underneath the mobile home, that's what you want. You do want airflow, all right? Because when it rains, you want it to dry out and things like that. You don't want water sitting up underneath there. And so one of the things that I do is, instead of using central heat, which, if I saved money up and I could buy a central unit, this mobile home is equipped to do that, but it would cost me thousands of dollars. Instead, what I have done is I have a little box heater. And let me see, I'm gonna tilt this down and let you guys see it. Let me see if I can do that. No, it's not working. Okay. All right, then I'm gonna flip it around and I'm gonna show you. That'll be easier. Hold on a minute. There it is. You see Spice. Spice is right next to it because he's trying to keep warm. All right. And it is a little box heater that I keep into this is the smallest room in my house. And I keep it in here to keep this room warm. This is where Spice and I go when we need to warm up. And so I'm in here right now, and so is Spice. And I'm about to eat my breakfast, and what I'm having for breakfast is, Spice has eaten his now. He ate a half a can and already been outside. And I am about to eat just one of those packages of oatmeal that I got from the food bank yesterday. And that's what I'm going to have for kind of my breakfast snack. It is almost 11:30 right now in the morning. And so that's what I'm going to have with a cup of coffee. And then I'm going to get into the kitchen and we're going to do some cooking today. There it is. You saw, it's just a little box heater. And I place it in the smallest room in the house. Now, you have to understand that I don't live up north. I live way down south. And so it seldom gets to freezing point here. I could literally be having a fall garden out in front of my house this year. I just did not have um, the, I was not able to do my fall garden this year. All right. And so this year, I mean, last year, okay. So this year, my goal is to do a spring and fall garden, and I could literally almost have plants growing year round in my zone. All right. It doesn't get to freezing very often. In my area, I don't know if you guys realize this, but a few years back, we dropped to freezing and our electrical grid went off, all right? Because our electrical grid here in the state of Texas, especially in South Texas, is not designed for horrible freezing weather, okay? For long extended periods of time. And so when the temperature drops in our area, the electric grid goes off. And I have to create a space that Spice and I can stay warm. And this is one way we do it. This way. Another thing that I do is I have on my bed, I have a thermal blanket. And that thermal blanket allows Spice and I to cuddle together in bed and create a bubble of non-freezing heat source, okay? And so we cuddle together to keep warm. When that incident happened, that's what we did. And so, during this time of year, both Spice and I are creatures, okay? He's an animal, I'm a person, that we like to kind of hibernate and keep the house warm. So going out of the house during this time of year forces me to have to turn off the heat in the house, and Spice has to be in the cold. Now he can get himself warm. It's not like it's gonna hurt him, all right? But my goal is this year is to go as little as possible out, and at least for the next 2 months, and keeping the house warm for myself and Spice, because both of us are getting up in age, and we like to stay warm. Okay. When I was younger, I was out in the cold. I had, the jacket. I had it rocking, with the hats and all that. I had it all rocking, okay? But as I get older, I tend to stay cold. Like my hands tend to stay cold and my feet more than normal, more than what it has in the past. And I know it's an age thing, all right? It's an age thing. So, that's one way that we keep ourselves warm in the winter. The other way is to keep making meals for myself in a way that helps heat the house up. Okay? Like, for instance, when I'm cooking on the stove, during the summer months, I have the exhaust going because it takes the heat out of the house and prevents my house from getting way too hot. But during the winter months, I don't put that exhaust on. And the reason is because I want to keep the house warm, all right? I'm real careful about, carbon monoxide. I'm real careful about that. And trust me, this house has enough wind, breezy things that it's not closed in, okay? Not by a long shot. And so I'm not worried about the carbon monoxide. I do have a detector in my house, and I trust that it's going to let me know if something is going awry. But right now, these are ways in which we um, help keep our house warm in the wintertime. Okay. Hold on for more video. Hey everyone, I'm back. All right. I just got a shipment in. Actually, I got several packages that I want to show you guys. The first thing I want to show you is, instead of buying the other dog food that I have been getting, I decided to try the farmer's dog. And let me turn you around and let me show you what they sent me. We're going to open this box together. So here it is. Here's the box. And I'm going to get this unloaded for you guys. And we're going to see what we got. We got a container to put his food in, and it looks like it has measurements and everything on it. So this is cool. All right. Then in here it has a schedule for you to slowly progress him onto the new dog food. And so I'm going to be using that. And then on the back it has it looks like it has information on the 3 different types of food they sent me. I'll be looking forward to that. Oh, good. Okay, it's a book on information about the dog food and how to use it. And another information on, oh, snap sticks. Okay, so these are treats, all right, that are healthy for dogs. So let's get in here, because this is cold items. I need to get them into the freezer. And you can see it's insulated really well. They sent me a bag of free snack stick treats for Spice. And it looks like it's a cooler bag. Isn't that cool? It's a cooler bag for his dog food. So if I'm going to take it with me somewhere, I have a bag to carry it in. That's neat. Like if we're going to go on a trip or something, I have a bag to carry it in. And then they come in these packages. And this is the beef, this is the turkey. Chicken. Oh Lord. Ooh. That hurt my skin. I need to get something on. Okay. Let me get a glove on to get those out. That freezer burnt my skin. All right. It says don't touch the ice packs. All right. And then beef, 2 beefs, a turkey, and a chicken. And it says don't touch the ice packs, okay? So apparently they're cold enough to burn. So I'm gonna, and they did burn my fingers, okay? Like I didn't touch the ice pack, I touched them, these, and they burned my fingers. They're that cold. So I'm gonna set this to the side and get it out of the way. And there it is, okay? There we go. You can see it now, all right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those and snap sticks treats. So I gotta find room in the freezer for those. And so I'm going to get these put away, and then I'll come back when we get ready to cook something, or when I get ready to talk to you about how this system is supposed to work. Everyone, I told you we were going to cook something every day out of my pantry for the next 2 months, okay? And so what I have today is something I didn't get to at Christmas time, but this was given to me by the food bank, I think last year after Christmas, and it's called Elf Decal Cookie Kit. And so we're going to get this done, and this is going to be a great snack for myself for the next 4 or 5 days. All right, so we're going to get in here and we're going to figure out what it takes. Okay, it says preheat the oven to 350. That's preheating. Let me grease the cookie sheet that I have here really quick, as it says to do that. I'm going to grease the cookie sheet. Just put a drop or two of oil on it, and old-fashioned way with oil and a brush. And that's how we're going to grease the cookie sheet. Instead of buying the cans that are, you know, the spray cans, I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. A few drops of oil and a brush. All right, we got that done. Now what does it say? Combine cookie mix, butter, and egg. So I need 3 tablespoons of room temperature butter, which I have ready, and 1 egg yolk, all right, and 3 tablespoons of water. All right, so let's get into the box. And the first thing that it says, let's take a look at this cookie sheet. All right, the oven is already heated up. Okay, this is the cookie mix. So let's get in here and get this done. So it says put the cookie mix into the bowl. That's what we're gonna do. This only makes, I think, 6 cookies, so. All right, that's done. We're gonna put that back in, nope. We're not gonna put it back in the box. I'm gonna break that box down. Save space in my trash can. All right, now it says to box is broken down. Now it says to 3 tablespoons of butter. So let me get that out. 3 tablespoons of butter. It says room temperature, but you know it is cool in my house, so so we're gonna cut this up in here. We're gonna see how it works. I may have to get out my dough. I have a what do you call it? A pastry mixer thing that cuts through butter like that. All right, and then it says egg yolk. That's going to put an egg white in my refrigerator. I think I'll just add it to maybe scrambled eggs. That's what I'll do. All right, so. Nope, I wasn't prepared for this, but that's okay. We're going to make it through. Okay. This is my cookbook, by the way. This is my own personal cookbook. When I create recipes, they go in here. All right, 1 egg. Okay, here we go. And we need only the yolk. So, let me put this egg carton up. Save space. All right. I should have gotten all my ingredients out before I started this, but you know what? It's all right. It's all right. We got this. All right. Looking just for the yolk. I have to get the white out of there. There it is. There's the yolk. And the egg white is here. And I'll use that tomorrow morning with my eggs. Then, wash my hands because my hands touch that egg. Guys, this is how I prevented myself from getting COVID all these years. And there's a lady that I watch on YouTube that got this new strand of COVID that's out. And when I was in home health care, I was like really homed in on the symptoms of COVID. But this new strand, people, it has some really weird symptoms, okay? And so you guys be careful while you're out there, because when this lady went to check to see why she was feeling so bad, and she went into the hospital, she said that there were tons of people in that hospital with COVID or the flu. So guys, be careful. That's why I do trunk pickup, and that's why I really don't grocery shop anymore. It's sad state, okay? But for my health, I don't do that. So I got the egg. Mix butter and egg. Mix well until blended. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to get it. Give me a minute. We'll use the fork in a minute. I think what I'm going to have to do is, because it's cold in my house, I'm going to have to pop this in for a few seconds to get it a little bit more melted. I'm going to give it 15 seconds. I think that should do it. And then okay. And then we're just going to cut this in. This is kind of a pastry cutter that I use when this thing happens, just like this. And I want this to get mixed up, but the butter to be cut up. You just keep cutting that butter up in there. I do believe these are kind of a sugar cookie. That's what I think. And so we'll get this cut in there. And you'll hear my washer going in the background, and that's because I'm washing up some things that I got in the mail for Christmas. And I will show you guys what I got. Once they are washed, dried, and folded. Well, washed and dried. I'll fold them after I show you what I got. All right, I think that this is now ready for me to use the fork with. All right, now the directions say gather into a ball with your hands. Okay, divide into 8 pieces. Okay, all right. So now let's see if it's going to hold its shape and gather into a ball. Yep. I think my hands are going to help melt that butter a little bit and get it into here. The office of my eye surgeon called, and to let me know that they are still working on getting my eye surgery scheduled. So I'll be glad when that happens. All right, I think I have it into a ball, like they said, and then we're to divide these into 8 cookies. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it into a ball like this, and then I'm going to squeeze it down the center. Okay, now it's in 2 equal balls. Okay, and then each one of these I'm going to break down the center. And make it into 4 equal balls. And then we're going to take these and break them in half. And now it's going to make 8 of them, and they say place them on the cookie sheet. So that's what we're going to do. So now I have them on the cookie sheet. Okay. Bake for 7 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put them in the oven at 350 and bake them for 7 minutes. All right. So there we go. I will bring you back. Let me wash my hands real quick. Have a lot of butter on it, so my hands have a lot of butter on it. Let me get this butter off. All right. Okay, we'll be back. Let's get in here and let's get these cookies out. And let's see what they look like. The timer went off. Let's see. I think they need maybe another minute or so. Y'all see that? I think they need a little bit more time. So I'll bring you back in another 2 minutes. Everybody, I'm back. And I'm back because I didn't read the last of the instructions. Let's get these out of here. They're not supposed to be completely done. Not at this stage. So, now it comes with this little packet, and this little packet is decals that are edible. And so we're gonna get these little decals out. And we are going to carefully place them on the cookies. This is going to be fun. Oh, these are cute. All right, let's see. Okay. This is so cute. I am going to be interested in finding out how these work. It looks like you'll get 2 of each decal in this kit. So if you guys want to do this kit next Christmas, now you know what it looks like. It's supposed to be done with kids, you know, in present, but this is interesting. Now, I used to teach cooking classes, And I can tell you right now that I would not have my kids putting these decals on. And the reason is because you're having to put your hands on hot stuff, all right? We're going to see how it works. We're going to see if this works or not. It says to just put them on top like that. And we're going to see. Put them back in the oven for 3 minutes. Back in here. Let's see what happened. All right, I'm going to peek into the oven. And let's see if it did what it was supposed to do. All right. Well, there they are. And perfect. The cookies look perfect. The decals are cute. They worked. My house is warmed up. That was the goal, in getting my house warmed up, and it's warmed up. And in the process, I have 6 cookies. So we're gonna let these rest for a minute, and then we're gonna put them on a cooling rack. Let me get over here and wipe this area down so that we can get my cooling rack out and get these cookies on a cooling rack. But would I say they worked? Yeah. Would I say I would spend a bunch of money on them? No. Are they cute and fun? Yeah. Now the question is, would I have done this as a cooking lesson? Would I have done this as a cooking lesson in my classroom? And the answer is probably no. And the reason is because all of this is fun, okay? And you can supervise it. But the instructions on there say, imply that the kids put the decals on the cookies. And I would not do that. The cookies are hot, and I don't want them to touch something that's hot when I'm teaching them not to touch things that are hot. And so I would do this with the kids. All right, let me take that back. Let me rethink this. This is why when I did lessons, I would always do the lessons first and think through them. I would do this with the kids. What I wouldn't, and I would let them roll their own cookie dough. I would let them help mix, let them roll their own cookie dough, and let them put it on the cookie sheet. And one of my older ones, I would allow them to put it into the oven as a lesson on teaching them how to put things in the oven. So I would be very close and very supervising of them while they put it in the oven. So if I had like a 12, 13, 14-year-old who was capable of doing it, I would. I would not allow them to put the decals on it. I would allow them to take it out of the oven if they were 12, 13, 14 years old. Because it is a cooking lesson and they do need to learn how to take things in and out of an oven. And so I would allow them to do that. And I would allow them to sit and cool, and then they could take them and put them on the cooling rack. They could take their own cookie and put it on the cooling rack. And of course eat their cookie, okay? Because it is edible decals. There are a few concerns. There's a lot of red. There's a lot of red in these decals. So if you have, students or kids that are have issues with red food dye, this might not be something you want them to do. But was it fun? Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I would do it again. I wouldn't pay a lot of money to do it. I would rather just make sugar cookies and let them go at it and decorate it. But the decals are cute. They are cute. All right. I'm going to put these on a cooling rack. You know what? Let's get my cooling rack out. Behind the scenes noise. Alrighty. I got my cooling rack. Okay. Let's bring this over here. And we're gonna get this on the cooling rack for you guys. So I can show you how I do this. Hand in the mitten to hold the, and here we go. So yeah, this would have been fun for the kids. So final thoughts on these are this. I would definitely do these with kids. All right, I would. I wouldn't pay a lot of money to do that because there's a cheaper way to do it. In my head, that saves money would would tell me that you can have fun doing sugar cookies in a different way, cheaper, by making the sugar dough, cookie dough yourself. Okay, so those are my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comment below. Hey everyone, stabilizing the camera. There we go. All right, guys. Well, let's see what we have for dinner tonight. It's kind of a deja vu from yesterday, but we are having the homemade dressing I made, some more black-eyed peas, and this chicken leg that's been broken. That's the way it came. I am good with it. Fresh napkin. And last of the peach water. So this is out of my pantry. And the cookies we made today for dessert. So that's what I'm going to have today. I'm going to take the skin off of this because it's no longer crispy, but that's all right. The chicken itself is good. All right. So we're going to dig into this chicken. There we go. I wish I knew what that marinade was. It's good. Once again, the stuffing is delicious. And it was a simple stuffing. I use the breadcrumbs that I got from the food bank. added in quarter of an onion, a little bit of celery that I had diced up in my freezer, and some Italian seasoning. And that's what I did. Now I'm winding down for today, but I'm holding steadfast in what my plans were for this year, in that I am making sure that I cook something every day from my food bank. From my pantry. I'm going to the food bank only once a week. And you saw my grocery haul today. And my grocery haul was the simple basics, what I needed. And the snacks that I have over here, most of those are going to be going to people in the neighborhood. Because if I'm going to eat a snack, it's going to be what I had left over from Christmas and New Year's. I'm going to use that up. And let me show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something here. I have 3 of these in different styles, and I picked these up at an estate sale many years ago. And I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that my parents were getting ready to go on the road on their RV, and we bought their house, and after their garage sale, anything that was left over that they didn't sell, I bought from them to be paid off in time so that they could go ahead and hit the road and enjoy their retirement. Because that was their dream. That was the dream that they had. And so I wanted them to have that opportunity. And so in return, we could pay off the house and everything that was left in it in time. And we did plus. We paid plus. Okay? Meaning that we paid it off and then, we took care of our parents, okay? Is what we did. But anyway, this was one of them. So this belonged to my mom. And remember the clusters that I made? I kept a few of each kind, and this one is the white chocolate. I have over here another candy jar that she had, and this one is one of the dark chocolates. I think this one is the raisin walnut, and then the other one, the date walnut, is in the refrigerator. For some reason, I don't remember why I put it in the refrigerator, but I did, and so it's in there. But I like getting these things out during the holidays, and I might just leave them out, and as I am making things and cooking, I'm going to start using these dishes that I have collected over the years. Like for instance, underneath here, this is called a relish tray. And you kind of put like pickles and things like that in this. And I love this. And so I got it out, and I was going to do the olives and the pickles, But as you remember, the pickles were the wrong ones, so I didn't dirty the tray up. I have the cream pitcher here, and that's a sugar bowl over there without the lid. I don't know what happened to the lid, but that's what that is. It's a sugar bowl. And so these are kind of the small things that I'm going to be getting out and using in my videos starting this year, and showcasing some of my mom's stuff that that I inherited. And some of my stuff that I bought over the years. I'm going to end today's video here with y'all knowing that I'm going to have one of these cookies. Let me tell you something, I already had one, and they are good cookies, for sure. But I'm not too sure about the edible sticker. It doesn't add any flavor or take away any flavor from the cookie. It doesn't. I did eat it. But it's interesting, okay? So if you're doing it with kids, that would draw some interest to them, okay, for sure. All right, I'm going to end my video right here. You guys be blessed, because I know I am.